a lot of other people are eons old, you know. And so, I mean, I can't label myself as Christian because they believe we just live one life, but it's hard for me to believe that. But, you know, I can understand, you know, because, you know, it's how people interpret the Bible, but I interpret it differently, you know. And but, yeah, man, I got into some stuff that, you know, that was really deep, and I've read several of her books, and it's beautiful stuff, man. It's secrets of the universe, and I mean, these beings would talk through these people, and the way they word stuff, man, they're so caring and they're so loving, and they're basically angels in the heavens.
Right.
And but anyway, you know, I'd like to introduce you to her. You know, if you got money, I know of a book that would help you understand more about, because like UFOs and stuff.
Oh,
people people are always wondering about that, and there's hypnotherapists that don't know what they're doing, and they put people under hypnosis, and you know, and they have experiences with extraterrestrials or something, and these hypnotherapists don't know how to tap into the details of why they're doing this and that. And these books that Dolores come out with, and you know, with doing her sessions, she's able to grasp every little bit of detail, why they do it, you know, and why they're here, and everything. And you know, yeah, there are other forces at play. And anyway, you know, I got into it because, you know, I've had some experiences myself, and I had to understand, you know, I got implants, you know,
right.
And actually, I mean, I prayed to God, and the next day I had these implants, you know, so
like in communion, huh?
virus at one point, but anyway, but you know, but
I study UFOs.
Huh?
I study UFOs like Communion, Fire in the Sky, Roswell, Taken.
Yeah. I mean, those, like Roswell, yeah, that did happen. I mean, I can tell you, I mean, I've read novels of people, and that really did happen. And it was sad, actually. It was sad because, you know, they were a certain species of the gray race, and that alien autopsy that you saw on TV, that was real. That did leak out, and that was a certain species of the grays, and they crashed by accident, and two of them were dead on site, and one of them was still alive. And the one that was dead, of course, was the one that they did the autopsy on, but the one that was alive, it stayed alive for a couple weeks because they need I don't know if it was this gray race, but like their lungs are different, so they need more nitrogen. A certain gray race, I know they need more nitrogen in the atmosphere. So that one eventually died at like 2 weeks after the crash. It was okay and everything, but our atmosphere, we don't have enough nitrogen or something in our atmosphere, you know, and but I know of one gray race, they need more nitrogen, so they can't be here for very long.
Yeah.
You know, they have to stay in their ships. If they go out of the ship, they can't be out of the ship too long. It ages them quicker. So they, you know, a lot of them, but they're, you know, but it's really interesting stuff, and I had to research it. And Enrique, you've probably been taking it, you don't even know it.
I know.
A lot of people have been taken, they don't even know it until 20 years later. They have a flashback or something, you know, or a dream of something, you know, and those memories come out. But let me ask you, have you ever had like an experience, or do you think you have, or?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
I have dreams about them. It's like in Steven Spielberg's
Really?
AI, yeah.
Oh wow. You know what?
Or Taken, maybe.
Those could be real. I mean, are they positive or I mean, what is?
I used to read a lot of Arthur C. Clarke when I was a kid, like a child,
Yeah.
Childhood's End, when these aliens come to the Earth and they take these kids away, and I have marks all over my body, and sometimes they just vanish. It's like a permanent. Yeah.
That's what happened with my implant. I had 3 implants inserted at the same time, and there was a white scar, and it disappeared in months. It was gone. Now you can't even tell anything was done.
Yeah.
But those implants, they move to different parts of my body. They're not under the skin. I mean, one of them, I can still feel it. It's attached to my flesh, but it's bedded deep in my flesh. But it's still there. You can feel it. But yeah, I mean, I had a feeling that you were too. You've probably been taken too, but they do it for, you know, for research reasons. They do it for, they really do care about the human race. They actually were a part of the whole thing of creating with God.
I know.
You know, they were the ones that actually they seeded the planet, and God, you know, they're angels of God, of course, and so they helped, and the Lord asked a question out of the Bible: were we created in God's image? And they said yes, they actually were, you know, and they would back things up out of the Bible. And there were some things that it's like how people interpret it, like chariots of fire.
Right.
Well, chariot, you know what a chariot is.
It means to carry away in Greek, yeah.
Yeah. So, so those, to me, that means UFOs. To people that are Christian and go to church and all that, it doesn't mean that. So it's how you interpret the Bible, but at the same time, there were some things that were taken out of the Bible. There was more about spirituality, and there was more about Atlantis and the pyramids, because what happened during Atlantis times and the pyramids was a huge lesson, and that was taken out too. I think in the 1500s by, I forgot who it was, but he took out the spirituality and he took out some other stuff. So, you know, I started questioning, you know, like, well, you know, this don't make sense, you know, and so I studied, you know, Dolores and stuff, and then I pull out my Bible and I'm like, wow, you know, so that makes sense. That makes more sense than what these Christians are saying in church, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, I still believe in Christ. I've known since I was little, just in my heart, that Christ had to have walked this earth, you know, and we're coming up on times, man. He's coming back real soon. This year or next year, I don't know when, maybe 2013 as well.
Oh, yeah.
But he's going to return, and a lot of the truth is going to come out, you know, and Enrique, we got to hang in there, man. With MHCD, we got to be really careful, because if we make waves, then they can make your life a living hell. They did that to me, and I don't want that to happen to you. Remember when I moved out of there, out of Vine Street Apartments? Yeah, they were messing with me, man, because I made waves, and that's one thing we cannot do. You know, but time is coming up, you know, and the truth is going to be revealed, and if you want to continue to pursue this, you can, but yeah, we just can't make any waves, you know, we can't really, because they, go ahead.
I'm going to get a business license or a right to congregate license from the city police.
You're going to get a business license license for what?
For this, I'm gonna get like a a license, what they call a license to congregate. So it's like you can gather in a private or public place legally and be free and have immunity from prosecution.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I heard something about that.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about it, but yeah. Yeah, man, if that's what you want to do, man, go for it, and, but yeah, I mean, we just got to be careful, man. I'd hate for them to do to you what they did to me, I went through, they gave me a lot of gray hairs. They put me through so much stress. I'm only 29 years old, and, I got plenty of gray hairs, but
me too.
I just don't want them to punish you for talking with other clients, and one thing I found out is that they get really upset about is when we're having a fight with them, we talk to other clients, and then those clients, they start to have an attitude. That's when we get in trouble.
I know.
So I'm careful who I talk to. I don't really associate myself with a lot of people who are there to succeed, and some of them are kind of, they do have mental problems more than we do. We're lucky we don't have, that bad of mental problems. Yeah, we still do. We got to take medication, but we're more functional, we're more of the norm, I guess, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, we probably shouldn't make waves, but, I mean, pursue what your desire is, and, next year, the truth is going to be coming out more and more, and, yeah, they're going to get exposed if they're doing something wrong, which they are. They're going to be exposed. Yep. And it's not going to be pretty on their part, but it's going to be a lesson that they got to learn, that we're humans too, and we deserve to be treated fairly, and we got a disability, I guess if you want to call it that, with the mental part, and, they're not treating clients well, like we're talking about, I mean, I got some things on my plate, actually. I can't really help you pursue this.
Okay.
I got some things going on, and it's like I gotta focus on it, and because it's to improve my life, and, I gotta start meditating again, and, doing deep prayers, and, pray every day. I've been praying every day now, and I gotta continue. But yeah, I mean, I can't really help you much with this, but I can talk to you,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm with you 100%, but, I'm here, to help support you, I mean, as much as I can, and tell you what I've seen or whatever, and, I mean, MHCD, they almost killed me, actually.
How?
What'd
they do?
Huh? Well, they basically, I didn't know much about lithium, and I was on lithium, I was on 1,200 milligrams, which is an average dose, but you gotta be weaved off of it. If you don't, you can die. Yeah. And it was a miracle that I was alive, but I went through a major withdrawal and got in a big old fight, and that was the time I moved out of Vine Street Apartments, and I got in a big old fight with MHCD, and I was about ready to take them to court, and they, and over time they would do things, with medications, and whatnot, and I reported them to Access Behavioral Care, which is Colorado Access.
Yeah.
And documentation, so I can take them to court if I wanted to, but that's only going to hurt the clients, because if I sue them, then that's going to, there goes their funds, I mean, and I might have signed that piece of paper where where they're not liable. And
it's your life, Rob.
Huh?
It's your life. To protect your life more than the clients.
Yeah, so I mean, but I don't want to take them to court because I know the clients, I mean, the funds, they'll have lack of funds, and the clients suffer. They won't get a pay cut or nothing in their pay. They'll just cut things down for clients. So I decided, well, I probably shouldn't do that then, and plus, I mean, they have helped me. I mean, they took me in when I was homeless, even though they almost killed me by taking me off of lithium like that without doing a blood draw, to get a lithium level.
Yeah.
But it was a carelessness on a nurse practitioner's part, and I fired her. And I think she got suspended for a while, and she was gone shortly after that.
Which nurse was it?
Huh?
Which nurse got fired?
Well, she didn't get fired, but I think she got suspended because she's there. She's back there again, but it's Denise Hosier.
Oh, Denise, that nurse practitioner, like 33, lives 3 blocks away, about 5'8", brown hair, real pretty.
Yeah. And so, and she was being careless. She don't have enough education. She should actually go back to school because I was more educated on certain medications, and she should have been educated on them.
Yeah.
And she needs to go back to school or something. But at the same time, she doesn't care. Yeah. She didn't care about my treatment, and it was obvious, and I fired her after she did that shit. I went through some major withdrawals, and I could have died.
Yeah, I fired her too.
Joe told me, and he's like, holy shit, I can't believe you're still alive. And I heard from other doctors too, yeah, you're supposed to be leaved off that shit. You can die. And I think, the angels in the heavens, they'd save me somehow, because I shouldn't be here, And so I think they suspended her for a while. She wasn't there shortly after that happened. And it was like 2-3 months, and then she came back. So she got suspended. I know she did. And she probably had to go back to school or something before she came back, or something. But she's back there now, and to this day she has not apologized to me personally.
She didn't apologize to me either.
She is nothing but a bitch, and I do not like careless people like this. She shouldn't even be with MHCD. Mental Health Center in Denver County is like, they get the top police officers, they get the top everything. Denver is like, top of the line,
Yeah.
And so, Mental Health Center in Denver, there's a lot of staff members, they do care. And to succeed at, yeah, it's good. But they don't want to help me, they don't, and that's fine. I mean, I gave them chances, and the only good job counselor I had was Sherry Hawley.
Oh, yeah.
And she was awesome, dude. She found me jobs, dude. I was going through hell. That was around the same time when they took me off the lithium.
Okay.
And I pissed her off by accident. She yelled at me, and I thought she hated me. And I never fired her, but they thought I did, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I just walked out of there. I was like, I was in tears,
I know.
And I walked out of there. I was going through bad withdrawals, and I walked out of there. I never fired her, but they said I did just because I walked out. That wasn't the case. And I was like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
And so, I'm with this job counselor now, and he did something, and it didn't make sense, and it wasted my gas, and my time. He tried to get me a job out at DIA. Well, my record.
That's
He
dangerous,
should have
Rob.
known by the record I got that, the SCIU, which is Denver County's, like their union. It's their union. They wouldn't take me because of my record, And so he tried to get me another Denver County job, and I'm like, BIA didn't even accept me. What makes you think the county's going to accept me? They're the same thing. They're the same union, SCIU. They're not going to take me. So he didn't have an answer to that.
So who is this?
Actually, he said, I hurt his feelings. Oh, come on.
Which which job coach is this?
Peter Chase.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so I'm like, why are you trying to get me a Denver County job if DIA wouldn't even take me for what I was doing? I wasn't even, the county wouldn't even accept me because of they told me it was because of my record, and it could have been because I was white, I don't know, but, they got to have a certain amount of, Hispanic, black, Puerto Rican, you name it, they got to have, it could have been that, but, it ticked me off because it's like, dude, why are you trying to shoot real high? And then I got denied by DIA, and you're still trying to give me a county job. It doesn't make sense. So I look at it like they're wasting my time again.
Do not take a job at DIA, man. That place.
Yeah.
You know how remote that place is? How many people pass through that part of town? It's dangerous, man. It's like being kidnapped on a bus. The light rail that goes way out to like 9 Mile or Mineral.
Mm-hmm.
That's 20 miles out. You could die from air.
Yeah. So, I know some things about the government, and I know some things about DIA, and it's like, it's probably good I'm not working out there. I probably would have been fired anyway, So, it was a waste of my time. I took all the gas to go out there, wear and tear out my fucking car, and it was all for nothing. I busted my ass. I passed the test, everything. I learned so much for what I was going to do out there, and then I got denied, and it was a slap in the face, and I said, well, Peter, we tried. And then he tries to get me another county job, a Denver County job, and it's like, dude, that don't make sense to me, and I sent him an email, and it wasn't like an attack, but it's like, I said, I don't understand why you're trying to get me a Denver County job when I got rejected by Denver County already.
Tell me what you want. Say you want a high-paying, high-skilled, in-city job with no commute, skilled workers, and no mental health people with you.
Yeah. So they might have found out that I was a mental health client or something. Yeah. They could find anything. And it was United Airlines that rejected me, which is SCIU union,
Yeah.
And so they rejected me, and it was because of my record. But I think they found out more shit about me, and even I used to work for Department of Homeland Security, but that didn't last either. They wanted me out of there too,
I was gonna work for them.
Yeah, it's pretty good you don't actually. Their DHS is fucking. They need to get their shit together, man. We got fucking terrorists over in this country right now because they didn't secure the borders. They should have secured them years ago, man. When everybody was coming in from Mexico, they should have secured it in the 90s. And now they created more of a headache for Department of Defense and CIA because now they're doing all these things and they gotta work harder to find these terrorists in our country now. And it's all because of DHS.
Yeah, I had to ice someone. Yeah,
So it's probably, huh?
Yeah, I reported this guy to ICE. You know, the DHS,
Oh yeah,
INF.
yeah, I know, ICE. Yeah,
Yeah, I had to report
yeah,
him. Some of
yeah.
those guys
I mean that's yeah. I mean I have nothing against Mexicans. I mean they I don't blame them because the Mexican government's fucked up. I don't blame them for coming here, but it's like, come on, get your citizenship like the Russians did and the fucking Europeans, and I mean I know immigrants that are pissed off because um these Latinos from Mexico, man, they're driving nicer cars than us Americans. They have it made, and they're soaking our system for money. They're manipulating our system, and our system's allowing it. And it's like we're trillions of dollars in debt, and that's one big reason why. And so DHS pissed me off. So I'm not happy with DHS, but it's like it's fucked up. I mean, I can't even get a job, because I'm a white boy, and
That's better, Rob.
actually, it's hard, man, I mean, but yeah, there's a bunch of shit going on. We could probably go on forever about it, but
Yeah, I think you should have prosecuted Denise. It might have made a difference with your employment history.
you what?
I think you should have prosecuted Denise in court. I almost took her to court
I
too.
should have, but I would have had to take MHCD to court, not just her. I'd have to take, I think that's what the deal was. I'd have to take MHCD to court because she was part of MHCD. So I could, maybe I can go after her personally. I'd love to,
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? It's done and over with. I'm fine. I don't have to take antidepressants anymore. I have trouble with sleep. I got to get an increase on my Zyprexa, but that's my own fault because I smoked pot for so many months, so I changed my brain chemistry. So, but it's like, I'm gonna just let it go. Because I mean, I hate court to start with. I've been in trouble with the law when I was young, and I can't stand court. And there's no guarantee that I'm gonna win anyway. The lawyers might want some money up front because that's a sketchy case. So I mean, I'm just leaving it alone because what goes around comes around. So she's gonna experience what she put us through because of her carelessness. People are already getting their fair share of her, hurting other people. I see it happening. Some people call it karma, but karma actually means a different thing.
Yeah, the restoring force.
Yeah, I mean, there's this forces of nature. We all have to fulfill our karma, and it's like karma is like, you got to experience all these things in life to move on to the next existence. But people think it's good and bad. Like, you're gonna get your bad karma. It's not like that at all. That's wrong. I mean, if you look up the old Buddhist. The Buddhist Bible and everything, it's not what that means. People got that twisted around. People don't even know what yin yang means. That's a balance.
Yeah.
You know what it means, but people don't even know what that means. They try to make it like, the good and the bad.
No.
The good versus the bad. That's not what that means.
It's kind of like everything has an opposite, but which is not really negative, but like sort of a complement or a corollary, or like the water is the land, or the air is the earth, and like that.
Yeah, there's a balance to everything. Yeah. So, that's what that means. And people wear necklaces of the yin yang, and they don't even know what it means. I have no business wearing it. I got a yin yang up on my wall right now, and I found it actually, and it was part of a necklace, but I put it up on my wall, and I got this wall. I got Jesus on the cross. I got a Native American pipe. I got something from India, and a picture of like a majestic gas shell in the universe. It's like my spiritual wall. And then I got a UFO hanging from the ceiling right by the wall.
Right on.
So yeah, you ought to come over and one of these times.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. So yeah, you get. Well, we have what you was and you're gonna be down there today. Are you gonna walk down there or what? What are you doing?
I'm probably gonna go to the 260 program to get a car ride down there.
You go down there first.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What?
Oh man. Well, I guess I gotta go down there too then.
Oh.
I wanna go.
Are you going down there now?
No, I still gotta get in the shower and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I can't just show up at Congress, huh? I gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried calling them, but it was shortly after 8 o'clock. They still weren't there. But I'm gonna call them again and find out if I can get on the list without having to go down there. So to save gas, because I gotta conserve my gas, and I can just walk over to Congress Park, So yeah, I guess I'll give them a call. But you'll be down there later.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll just see you down there, man. I'm gonna call 216 and I'm gonna ask them if they can put me on the list.
Oh, cool.
Because I can just walk over there. It's walking distance. So, I'm gonna ask to talk to the staff directly so I can get on the list. So, anyway, I'll let you go, man. I gotta give them a call and all that. And I'll just see you down there, man. Regardless, I'm going regardless. So.
Okay.
I won't be able to swim because I got my tattoo touched up. I can't go swimming.
Yeah. I can't swim either.
So, yeah. So I'm not, I'm not gonna do that. But I guess we're gonna have a barbecue and stuff. So, that's cool. So. But anyway, yeah, I'll just see you down there, man.
Yeah.
Talk to you in a bit then.
Okay.
Alright, man, I'll see you.
Laters, Rob.
Laters.
Bye.